You guys, I completely forgot. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to rewatch my own Let's Play to figure out what to do next.
Well, we all have to do that at some point, just because we can't remember, like, where we left off. I think Alex has had to admit that a couple of times when he does, like, dot hash. Yeah, he has to admit that he has to go watch where we were.
When I was actually doing my Minish Cap Let's Play back in, at the end of last year, I'll admit I had to, I would rewatch the last video that I had put up just to remind myself what I had done before, because I just kept forgetting.
Yeah.
And then it's gotten easier, with more Let's Plays I've done.
With Phantasy Star, because I kept on losing my place on where we were actually at in the playthrough. And Alex can kind of attest to this, especially Phantasy Star 1, man. I lost myself so many times.
Oh my gosh.
One of the advantages of playing your own RPG is you can literally see your work.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, guys. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what my Let's Play is going to be.
But at the same time, he's not copying out, because I completely agree on that concept, too. That's a hard question to answer, and that was actually a general panel question. So you're going to be hearing that with every single panelist.
Okay.
So the next question that we need to get into is once again another video game related question.
Okay.
If there was a game that you absolutely had to recommend to people that they play if they haven't, what would be that game, and why would you recommend it?
Oh my gosh. You guys are asking some really good questions. Oh my gosh, I love this guy.
Yep, we've actually, so we're on mission 18 of 20, and so now we are officially in the boss rush mode, because, you know, it's Capcom, we have to have a boss rush.
Makes sense. I would have to say, like, I'm already thinking off the bat, like, from my top 3 favorite games. I will always recommend Zelda Wind Waker. If you've never played the Wind Waker, then I don't know what rock you guys have been living under, but you gotta get yourselves up out from it and get yourself a copy of the Wind Waker.
Yeah, I have a feeling this may have been asked in the previous recording session, but you know what? Repeating this is fine, because I actually kind of felt like I knew this answer. Like, it would be the Wind Waker HD, or Wind Waker just period.
Period. I would also really recommend Life is Strange. I know it's still, well, no, it's not a really new title anymore, I would say. I mean, it's been out for like a year and a half at this point, but that game had such a lasting impact on me, just because it made me because again, it really made me think about how short life is and how important the decisions we make in life are.
Yep.
And just how important friends and family are as well. I mean, it's definitely not a game for those who are emotionally weak. I mean, and I will admit there were some times during my gameplay, the first time I had played it, where I had a very difficult time continuing, because I was just like, no, I can't do this. This is too hard. It takes a lot for a video game to emotionally strike me down like that. And Life is Strange was that game that did that to me, or at least one of the few games that has done that to me. I would also recommend, I think we were going back to our Pokemon conversation earlier. I would recommend either like Gen 3 or 4 of Pokemon. They were my favorite generations, and just had some of the most memorable Pokemon, some of the most memorable moments in my, playing those games. I racked up 200 hours in Sapphire version before somebody stole my cartridge.
Okay.
So those are just
somebody stole your cartridge?
Yeah.
I hate that. Please don't tell me it was stolen at school.
No, it was stolen out of my own bedroom.
Seriously, kids sometimes, they get on my nerves. People.
I didn't even realize that it was stolen until years later, so I was like, oh, that's too bad, and it made me sad to realize it. But that's what Alpha Sapphire is for. So
Exactly. So at least you have that to go back to.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are like a few games I can think off the top of my head that that you guys who are listening, if you haven't had a chance to play them, I would definitely go for it. Especially Life is Strange, because I would assume by now most of you have played Wind Waker or a variation of a Pokemon game. But if you haven't played Life is Strange, it is powerful stuff, and I loved it. You have to go get it right now. I'm not kidding you. It's so good.
Okay. So the next question is actually, again, it's bouncing into gaming.
Okay.
So you've played plenty of games in your life, but obviously it's hard for a gamer of any caliber to hit every single genre ever. And so there's probably going to be that one genre you never touched anything with. But, occasionally those genres, kind of tempt you. Like, there's that one game that you want to play in them that makes you want to get into it. What would be that, have you ever had that moment where this particular genre you felt like you should have gotten into? What was it, and what was the game that actually got you to want to try it? I already have kind of an answer, at least for Brinton. There's one genre of games that I think you want to try. I've got an answer, but I want to hear your...
You want to hear me first?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to something that I said in a much earlier video. First-person shooters.
First person or third person?
First person.
Okay, I just want to make sure I heard you right.
It is a genre that I have been dabbling with, or at least trying to dabble with a lot more recently. Mm-hmm. And
by the way, speaking of that, did you make up your mind on Overwatch?
I have not made up my mind on Overwatch. And with me just having come back from vacation and having to pay some bills tonight and then Gaming Con this week, I don't anticipate myself getting Overwatch anytime soon. Plus, on June 7th, Minecraft Story Mode Episode 6 comes out.
Oh, I thought it ended at 5.
No, they have 3 more episodes.
Nice.
So I still have to buy my Adventurer pack, so that way I can just download the episodes when they come out. And then there's a new game pack for The Sims 4, because they're bringing back restaurants. So, and they both come out on the same day. So those kind of take priority, because I'm still... Because there are 3 more episodes in Minecraft Story Mode, my Minecraft Story Mode Let's Play hasn't ended yet.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I said, I think at the end of episode 5 that I would play 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
And so I'm really, so I will have videos on episode 6 coming out after June 7th.
See, that actually kind of goes into the series that I would probably, or the genre I'd probably recommend for you, which would be, since you've been doing Life is Strange and Minecraft Story Mode, I would recommend point-and-click adventures for you. And the reason I would recommend it is because, as far as I'm concerned, some of the best game stories ever have been in point-and-clicks, as far as I am concerned. Now, granted, I can have my own opinion on the matter, but I still think there are plenty of other stories that you would love. In particular, the Odd Gentleman retelling of King's Quest, I think is something you would really love to play around with. In fact, maybe even do a series for it. It is episodic, but...
And I've been getting into episodic games a lot more recently as well. I played Tales of from the Borderlands. Uh-huh. I've never done it as a Let's Play because I finished it after I had restarted my channel.
Yeah.
I think I was on episode 4, so there wasn't really a reason for... I didn't have a reason to do it, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so with that being said, I would love to dabble more into those type of genres.
But when I say that, I also mean you ought to try out the older ones too, because there's a lot of really good gems in the past that I think you would appreciate. For example, a lot of the remakes of LucasArts games like Grim Fandango and Day of the Tentacle. In fact, one more was actually secured by Tim Schafer, Full Throttle. When that comes out, I would wholeheartedly recommend that to you, if for no other reason than to hear Mark Hamill play the bad guy.
That would be really cool.
Because he plays Adrian Ripburger in that. And I'm hoping, beyond hope, that they don't get rid of the voiceover work for that.
There actually is this, like, point-and-click adventure game. Well, I wouldn't say it's an adventure game. It's kind of a dating simulator. Mm-hmm. It's called Coming Out on Top, and it's a gay dating simulator game.
Okay.
And I've seen, like, some people play it, and anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've been tempted to play this for my channel. And if I did, like, I would definitely want to do it with someone. So I would make it a collab, like,
It sounds to me like, what's the one that the normal boots people just put out? Asago Academy kind of thing, where it's like that.
Yeah, I've seen a few people play it, so I kind of get, like, a gist of how to play the game, but it's going to require me to do a lot of editing because they show pretty much very well-drawn, very realistic penis.
So, Game of Thrones the game, roughly?
Yeah.
Wiener. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I South Park, please don't sue me. Please don't set out the copyright strikes or anything like that, because I love you guys.
So that's actually a game that I've been thinking about wanting to play on my channel with someone. Okay. Like, I've been trying to, like, get together with my buddy Will, that I've mentioned a few times.
Yeah, of the gamers.
Of the gamers, and do a 50 stock Smash Brothers.
Does he do anything aside, like, on his own channel at all, or?
No. After we stopped doing YouTube together, he again pushed me to really go solo.
Okay.
I don't think he does any.
Like, we mentioned him a lot. If we didn't pimp him, then I think we'd have a problem.
No. If he did his own stuff, I would know, and I definitely would be talking him up right now.
Yeah.
But as far as I know,
dude, we'd probably bring him on as, like, a guest star. I mean, as long as you were okay with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd probably be the one to initiate that conversation with him and be like, yeah, Will, hurry up and get over here. But that would probably be something special that I would do with Will.
Uh-huh.
I want to do a Smash Brothers 50 stock challenge video with him, and then I would want to do a series where we played Coming Out on Top, because I think it would just be super hilarious for two gay guys to just play this gay dating simulator. Oh my gosh, I would have far too much fun with it.
I'd say do it. I actually am happy you brought up the 50 stock challenge, though, because that's one of those things that gets recommended. That Gaming with the Geeks apparently needs to do this 50 stock challenge, and apparently you need to be the referee or something. You need to be the officiator. I'm like, I don't think that's what he does with the challenge.
I usually when I do the challenge, I play it with whomever I have brought on to do the challenge.
Yeah, I just found it funny that the one recommendation we got was you need to be like the official just to make sure we're not breaking any rules. I'm like, that's what Smash Brothers for.
No, I
basically what we would do is we'd hand the reins over to Brinton and say, set the rules, you know?
Yeah, I usually have everything already set before I start recording. So as soon as I hit that recording button, it's just straight out, okay, intro, let's start.
Exactly.
Oh, hey girl.
Hi there, Navan.
So nice to see you again. But not really, because I'm not into you.
Well, you're being very catty with her, so I'm sure we'll get some kind of comment about that.
Probably.
You're not even giving Navan a chance.
Well,
leave Navan alone.
Well, I mean, I can be catty in the sense of, you know, gay, like fag hack cattiness, but not like, oh, I'm like, I want to be so deep inside you right now, catty.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my penis anywhere near that.
Well, here's the thing. I mean,
oh my gosh,
if be wrapped up in anything, it'd be a bunch of bats, and that already kind of gives you the Bruce Wayne vibe. I don't know if I'm on board with that.
I'd rather, if my cock is gonna be wrapped up in bats, I would rather be the bats of Ben Affleck.
And again, we go back to the raging bat
boner. I have a really funny story to tell.
I swear, you know what? That's an episode title right there. Bat boner reference. Because it's happening.
It's happening. So I was in a meeting today at work, and it was my supervisor's birthday. So of course we're like, oh, happy birthday, Natalie, blah blah blah. And then at the start of the meeting, she was like, you guys are doing a better job of making sure that you get the like the HIPAA releases of information and the exhaust letters and the subpoenases down to the basket. And then
tell me she actually said that.
She literally said that.
Yes!
And it kind of like went over our heads for a second, but then one of my coworkers started laughing, and as soon as he started laughing, I realized what she said, and then we all were just in tears, and we were like, well, we all know what's on your mind tonight, Natalie. Ooh.
Dude, that's like Michael Bay for me all over again.
Oh my gosh, it was the most hilarious moment.
You weren't even there for the Michael Bay joke that happened.
No, I was not.
But you would have enjoyed it just as much as Aldo did.
So, in the end, we're never gonna let her live that down.
No,
Subpoenas. She meant to say subpoena, which is a document signed by the court.
Yeah.
That detectives or attorneys can use to get to pretty much.
In case our viewers have never watched a single crime drama ever in their lives.
Watch Law and Order, and you'll know what a subpoena is by the end of one season.
By the end of one episode.
Yeah, I was just gonna take that back.
Whole process. In fact, just go buy the box set, man. It's a good series. It has some bad moments, but we can forget it.
Yeah, Law and Order is a really good show. That's something that I would recommend. I personally like Special Victims Unit. That's my favorite of all the different Law and Order variations.
Yeah.
And that just deals with a lot of specifically sex crimes. So if that's something that if rape and murderous rape and stuff like that really is something that bothers you, then I wouldn't watch it. But other than that,
and here we are.
Check it out.
We went from recommending video games to now recommending our favorite TV shows.
Yeah, why not? But
CWDC series, people, way better than movies.
Yeah, but that would be going back to the question that I was answering previously. Yeah. I would say first-person shooter. It's a genre that I would really like to understand and get involved in with a little bit better. Okay. And Fallout 4 is what's doing it for me. I know there's a third-person option, but it's built so badly that it kind of forces you to stay in first-person mode.
Yeah, it's kind of the same complaint that I would have of Skyrim and Funniest Thing, because they're both built in the exact same engine.
Right, which is funny.
So at that point, I mean, I hate to be the guy to say that, but yeah, it's kind of true. That's actually one of the main reasons why people have recommended to me so long, please play Elder Scrolls, please play Fallout and all that. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's that they're too big as far as I'm concerned. They are MMO in length, and I already have enough problems playing one MMO and making sure that everything still comes out on time. Speaking of MMOs, I will probably have to drag you to Warcraft. I'm going to try and drag as many people to Warcraft that are non-Blizzard fans as I can.
Oh my gosh. If I'm going to get into Blizzard games, then I think I'll start with Overwatch, just because there's such a hype for it right now.
Oh yeah. No, and you know what? I don't blame you in the slightest for that.
But right now I don't really have a lot of intentions in buying the game, and even if I did, I don't really have the money for it right now. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at with
Well, in that case, maybe you'll just have to borrow my console copy. So I have it on PC, but also for a friend who's interested in Overwatch but can't really afford it. Him and me are working out a deal that if he at least helps me out with paying for it, then he can have it. But I want to use it first to get some recorded footage for my review of Overwatch.
Oh gosh, don't tempt me, Adam.
Dude, I don't have to tempt you. Overwatch is awesome. And it's one of those things that makes me very happy that IGN actually said, or gave it such a great review and basically said it's now set a new standard for multiplayer shooters. Because that's what Blizzard does. They reset standards.
One of my coworkers, she had the opportunity to play Overwatch beta.
Yeah.
And I was giving her some of my concerns about the game and asking for her opinion. Mm-hmm. And she totally threw shade in my face. It was so mean because I was like,
threw what to your face?
Shade. It's a phrase. Just she pretty much picked fun at me.
But what for? Like
Because-
what were you asking about?
Well, I asked her opinion on the game, and I was like, my only issue with it is that I'm not particularly good at first-person shooters, and I don't like how there's not a campaign mode, and I just don't want to feel like I'm just gonna play and always lose. And she was like, and pretty much she was just like, well, you need to get over yourself. And I was like, whoa!
What the crap? Seriously?
And then she like laughed it off, and she was like, "Oh no, I feel bad." And I was like, "Melissa, I think this is like the first time you've been like brutally honest with me."
Dude, wow. I mean, seriously, I would recommend Overwatch wholeheartedly, but I mean, I had my misgivings about it. But I will say this though: after the Warcraft movie is done, and we have all reviewed it and whatever, and I've already heard that some of the European reviews are coming out and they're negative and all that, but given that I fall very rarely on the side of mainstream critics,
yeah,
I'm not exactly worried about that. As soon as they do that, though, I want an Overwatch movie.
I would go see an Overwatch movie.
I would wholeheartedly go and see an Overwatch movie and tell everybody to go see it. In fact, dude, these little cinematics that they're doing, they are movies as far as I'm concerned. Because, if you've seen Dragons and the most recent one, Hero, that came out, which, by the way, because I think I've got this right, the character Soldier 76, he's actually played by the lead writer of pretty much every Blizzard game.
That's really cool.
Which is funny because, like, back in the day when they couldn't afford voice actors, he would play like 80% of the cast, because at that time they were the real-time strategy people. So it would be like, okay, well, you're playing these 6 units and these 6 units and all that. But I always, in fact, one of the most beloved characters of the Warcraft universe is his. So it's one of those things that people want him, like when they actually do a Warcraft movie involving the character, that he needs to come in and play him. No, people, no. He's like late 40s, early 50s. Let somebody else play it, people. I love Chris Metzen just as much as you guys do, but... Ah, crap.
Nostalgia moments. This was like 2 weeks ago for us.
Pretty much. Like, we are really close to the end of the game.
It's weird to think how quickly this is, like, coming to an end.
Ah!
Because, I mean, if there was a collab to ever be done, this definitely has been one of the best.
It has, and I've appreciated doing it, and if this is an example of what is to come, then I am more than excited to
see what's
going to
happen next.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll even bring you on my channel for coming out on top.
So that's one of the other questions that we have. So is this going to be the last time we see Brinton? Will Brinton be bringing you to his channel? And will any other panelists on the Geek News panel be showing up on either channel? Now, obviously, you guys know my answer on that. This summer, they're all coming. We got some special Let's Plays in store, and we're going to have plenty of fun with that. But Brinton, I don't know if you've actually worked out any plans with any of the other panelists.
As of like right now, the only thing that I know that we've been working out is to do the 50 stock challenge. Yes. The 5 of us together. But besides that, I haven't really worked out any specific collab with anyone but you. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be something fun. Which
might actually have to happen because people are liking the collaboration. I think if we didn't do it, we'd be disappointing people.
Oh gosh. I mean, I definitely would love to work on another collab with you of course, after Gaming with the Geeks, and I think it would be something fun and bring you on my channel for a Let's Play of some sort. I mean, I know that we've like joked about it and even talked about it a little bit, but it would be cool to have you on a couple of Final Fantasy videos if the opportunity arose. So
I can sit here and be the Final Fantasy VII nerd. Oh, and it looks like we finally hit
the top of the tower?
Yeah, we finally entered the limbo where Sparta's power rested. Oh no. I sense a He-Man joke coming. I have the power!
Yep, there it is. Stone towers are crumbling.
And
Oh, he has 2 different colored eyes. I don't like that.
well, yeah, just like Mary does. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
lady. And now he even dons the appearance
Of Sparta?
of Sparta.
Ooh, this is actually kind of cool.